I don't know if I like that Dortmund kit.
That's the one that they all... Anyway, that's the Puma one that they all did the same one.
I don't know if I like it.
Like,
yeah, and City did it as well.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I like it.
I don't know who signed it. Number 15? Who was number
I
15?
think it could be Hummels, your mate.
Hummels, yeah.
I'm not sure if it is or not, but
It just
could
says
be.
Borussia
Good
Dortmund
footballer.
on the plaque.
Yeah, I know, and Real Madrid on that one. Because it's Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund.
Shall we jump into it?
It's the basics, brother.
It's quite clever, actually.
Yeah, it's clever.
It's quite clever. Right, are we ready? I'm going to introduce this one because I've got a bit of an intro that I wanted to do. But I feel there's pressure now on this intro.
I'm looking forward to the intro.
Oh, he's checking out his hair. Ash, get yours. Sort yours out.
I've got no mirror.
Hello. Welcome to episode 2 of the Offsiders Podcast. Did we all enjoy... I'm talking to you guys, really. Did we all enjoy episode 1?
Yeah, we did.
absolutely.
Yeah. Everyone behind the camera nodding.
Yeah.
Kidding.
I'm starting off the episode 2 with an apology to kick us off with. I opened up last week's episode with a little quip that 3 of us have got really good football knowledge. It was a joke because all 4 of us have got good knowledge, and it wasn't really kind of aimed at anyone. But all week I've had people messaging me saying, who is the person who doesn't have good football knowledge? And there has been one name that's been cropping up quite a lot, and the name has been Ash. People saying, is it Ash who doesn't have good knowledge?
Wonderful.
It was, but yeah, it was just basically a joke. It wasn't a very funny joke.
Who are these people?
Who are these? Just people.
All right.
Crowds.
All right. Well, my people have been saying other things.
Yeah.
I'll keep those comments to myself.
Your people, your clan. We've dodged a bullet there, Tom, by the way. Thank God.
But yes, so no, we've all got good football knowledge. That was the kind of the basis of that. So yeah, but people have thought that was serious, and we're trying to find out it was.
I'm more than happy with that. I don't mind Ash being the one.
You need to prove yourself.
Yeah.
Ash.
I'm going to
Pressure
try really
now.
hard now.
You can't just keep shouting MK Dons.
Yeah.
Can we just start with that, by the way?
Yeah.
What
a
MK
shout
Dons?
MK Dons was 8-1 lost to Crawley.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Was
You wait.
Listen,
Fielded an illegible player. You wait for that to come out.
They're back in.
This
the
might,
franchise.
This might be the reason why people automatically went to you for not having an opinion, because it was released Saturday morning. It was Friday night when Crawley beat them 8-1 on aggregate. So listen, if the shoe fits, Ash.
Yeah.
Hey, when Dortmund beat Real Madrid 5-0 in the final, I've called it.
You
All
called
right.
it.
You tell me.
Royce.
You wait.
Thank
You
God.
wait.
Did we all have a night? Well, you 3, you spend Monday to Friday with each other working for football prizes, and you thought, I'm going to spend some more time together. You were together on the golf course. Talk about that.
Yeah. Tom lost.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Well, I'm honking.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I'm the one that plays golf regularly, and I honestly went to the golf course on that first tee box, and I thought this could be a long day here. And they've both hit 2 really honourable shots, I'll be honest. And then from there, it was fun, wasn't it? I thought there was a few duffs, there was a few errors along the way, but as that does happen as very amateur golfers.
What time was your tee off?
About 7:30.
Half 7.
7:30.
In the morning. Half 7 in the morning.
Yeah, well,
Ash had a stag.
That was the start of my stag do.
Any highlights?
Not my stag do.
Anything you can talk about regarding the stag?
go-karting
Just
was
tiring.
fun.
Just tired now.
You had a weekend full of activity.
I did. Yeah, it was like a primary school child had organised a day of events, and I was just involved.
They sound fun though.
Golf,
that sounds
go-karting, and what else do we do?
The marathon.
Pool. Yeah, it was just
listen, that sounds like a brilliant day out. Yeah, the Leeds Marathon was on yesterday as well, wasn't it?
It was.
It was a beautiful weekend. The sun was out. Summer's finally here, I think. It rained last night, but today the sun's out again. So things are looking up in England.
It was strange, really, because it was boiling hot day yesterday in Leeds, and I'm watching Man United, Arsenal, and it's absolutely tipping it down.
Did you see
it's flooded?
Yeah, you see the waterfall coming.
Yeah, the Old Trafford waterfall.
Stone Roses properly for the old Red Devils there. But yeah, we've got pictures in the background of Dortmund and Real Madrid.
Should we kick off there?
That's probably where we should start.
I
with
agree.
The Champions League final, which has now been announced after the wins last week, where Real Madrid just beat Bayern Munich. Tom was absolutely ranting and raving about it in the group chat because for some reason the boy from Shrewsbury is in love with Real Madrid, so that makes sense.
I just know a good team when I see one.
Yeah, Real Madrid?
Shrewsbury.
But yeah, so Real Madrid beat Bayern Munich, and then Dortmund, we we spoke about in the podcast last week, did a job on PSG. So the final is set. The Wembley awaits the two teams.
Yeah, can I just say that I'm a bit disappointed that there hasn't been an English team making it through to Wembley. It was all set up, wasn't it, for an English team to go to Wembley?
It was. Yeah. But I'm excited for it because I'm excited to see Dortmund in the final again. And like I said, I mentioned on last week, Dortmund are a completely different style of team to anyone else really that was in the Champions League. And them against Real Madrid could be it's going to be a fantastic game, isn't it? Dortmund are a very, very good team, and Real Madrid
very well drilled, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And Real Madrid, obviously, they've got the players that make the game even more exciting with Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, Bellingham. So yeah, it's set up to be.
Well, what odds do you reckon Dortmund were at the start of the season to win the Champions League?
I reckon. I don't even think they were meant to get
like
the group
16s, weren't they?
They were in the group of death, weren't they?
Oh, were they in the group with Newcastle, PSG, and AC Milan? Yeah,
they topped it, didn't they?
Yeah.
So they're group of death.
And you forget as well, Newcastle were like a minute away from knocking PSG out.
I know.
Yeah.
So really,
in Paris,
if Dortmund win it,
it'll be an unbelievable.
100%.
They've done it the hardest way, really. Got out the group of death. Then they've had to play PSG again over 2 legs and done a job on them. So, yeah, I think if you're...
I've not thought that. They've played them 4 times, haven't they, this year in the Champions League?
And I don't know what overall, but they've beaten them twice, obviously, in the 2 knockout, in the 2 semi-final legs. I don't know what it was in the group stage. I can't remember, but fair play to them. They're like I say, they're a seriously drilled team, and I'm looking forward to what the final will hold. Bellingham at Wembley as well.
Yeah.
And Sancho. How funny would that
Sancho,
be?
Yeah.
How funny would it be if he left?
Are you putting him on the plane?
No.
If he wins,
I quite like Jadon Sancho to win the Champions League.
No,
not on the plane.
Oh, sorry, okay.
No, I don't think he should be on the plane. But I'd be quite excited for Sancho to win the Champions League. I think that'd be no one would have been expecting that.
Well, surely as a Man United fan, you feel hard done by there, aren't you?
Yeah.
You've signed Sancho, and let's be honest, he wasn't doing anything for Man United.
Yeah.
He's gone to Dortmund, now he's in a final of the Champions League and potentially could win it.
Well, Ten Hag's hung him out to dry.
Yeah.
And said, "You're not coming back unless you apologise."
He could just say sorry, couldn't he?
Yeah. But then
I don't think he'll want to come
back. But then
back
I feel like with Sancho, I feel like there's a reason why he's not saying sorry. He feels like he's in the right, and I think for him to go and win the Champions League at Wembley would be a real
statement.
A real statement. 2 fingers to Ten Hag.
Who do we think is going to win it?
I think Real Madrid will win it. I think.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think Real Madrid.
Oh no!
I do. I think they'll blow them out of the water.
They look really strong.
I honestly. I think Dortmund have a chance. Like I'm not. I don't think
a chance.
Yeah, but you guys have so firmly gone Real Madrid there. I think Dortmund are so different to Real Madrid. They're defensively very, very sound. I know Real Madrid, it's their trophy and they're fantastic, but like Josselu's rescued him, and I just don't know whether or not he's got the capability to do that again if Dortmund score an early goal and then just defend like they did against PSG.
They've done it all before, haven't they?
I know, and I get that.
Different teams are Real Madrid and PSG.
Dortmund are just like look at the league last season. They bottled that on the final day.
Yeah,
they just haven't got that.
Yeah,
cutting edge.
Yeah, they don't. And Champions League is Real Madrid's trophy historically. I get that, and this is Carlo Ancelotti's 6th final.
But the game in this Champions League campaign, the game that I couldn't understand when I was watching it was when Real Madrid went to the Etihad for Man City, and they sat back really deep. They played nothing like a Real Madrid team I've ever seen before, and it worked. And they scraped through on penalties, and it worked for them. But that's almost what Dortmund are going to do to them, I imagine.
I agree. Yeah. I think they'll play them exactly like they played against PSG. I think that's exactly how the game will go.
That's the only way you can play against them, I think.
And listen, I think we're disrespecting Dortmund a little bit in terms of the quality they've got. Julian Brandt's a fantastic player.
Oh, yeah.
Like you say, Sancho's coming to his own. The striker, unbelievable. Defensively, I've obviously been ranting and raving about Hummels last week. Schlotterbeck as well, fantastic player. They're not a team, I think, that is going to go down without putting up a really serious fight, and I think it could be literally a 1-0 or a 0-0 and go to penalties. I honestly think it could be that tight.
Where have they ended in the league? Where have they ended in Bundesliga?
Were they 5th?
They've been on good form, haven't they? Towards the end of the season.
It's Bayern, Stuttgart, and
Leipzig.
Leipzig above Dortmund.
Yeah, Leverkusen obviously won it. Then Munich. So that's 3 teams above them. So they're either 4th or 5th, aren't they?
Stuttgart and Bayern Munich are definitely 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah. So then
they might have to win it to be in the Champions League next season.
Well, don't Germany get 5 places now? I'm sure they do.
Yeah, they've got 5 places.
So
I don't know how it works.
In an 18-team league.
I know. I don't understand that.
Well, because the English teams dropped out so quickly, we were supposed to have the 5th place.
Is that the reason?
Yeah. And obviously next season's the new Champions League format.
Yeah.
Yes,
one league.
Yeah, it's going to be weird, that, isn't it?
One league, you play 8 games, I think it is. The top 8 go through. 9th to 24th go in a playoff. 25th to 32nd go out. It's going to be.
I actually think, apart from since we've got to the knockout rounds, I actually think this Champions League has been one of the poorest,
Yes,
most boring.
I agree.
They got rid of away goals, which I think killed it, because away goals was great. When PSG came back against Barcelona, or Barcelona came back against PSG, sorry.
Yeah.
And
the quarters were so good though.
Yeah, but that's a knockout. But before that, a lot of the I mean, really, the semi-finals, the standard of the games was unbelievable. Like, they were so good to watch, and it was really enjoyable. But you say the quarters it was okay. I didn't think the quarters were amazing. There was loads of shots on. I don't know. Maybe I am wrong, but I just feel like
up until the quarters, I was thinking, like, the away goals is just going to absolutely shaft us here. But some of the games in the quarters, like the Madrid City one.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it 3-3?
Yeah, actually, you're right. I'm completely
I knew all
wrong.
outside the box.
Atletico Madrid Dortmund, that was a great game.
Yeah.
What were the other games?
PSG Barca.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm so wrong. I'll retract that.
But yeah, no, I'm with you. Like, was it
the round
of 16?
I think they were quite bad. I just think away goals were so good for the Champions League. It made it so much more entertaining. And I
Arsenal
think
Bayern as well. That was the other one.
Yeah. Oh yes, it was. Yeah. And I just think next year it probably is right to have a refresh.
I think so. And
it'll be interesting to see what it's like.
I think they were trying to get rid of the double games. So you play, in rounds, match days 3 and 4, you play against the same team twice, don't you? Home and away. Okay. And I think they were trying to mix it up a little bit. And I agree with you. I was kind of against it like a couple of years ago, but I think now. I think it has kind of run its course, this format.
I agree. I'm excited for it. I mean, like we touched on the final being at Wembley. There's also a few other finals that are at Wembley.
Yeah, should we move on to Wembley? Keep on the Wembley theme.
The playoffs.
The
playoffs are pretty much confirmed, apart from the Championship. So we've got Crawley versus Crewe. That's right.
Yep.
For League 2, we've got Oxford versus Bolton for League 1. And then we've got, obviously, the Championship games, which have all teed up quite nicely for the second legs. Both 0-0s. Both terrible games to watch.
Terrible games.
But the playoff finals will start in League 2. Crawley absolutely smashing MK Dons. And I mean smashing. Obviously, Ash last week did a hot take of MK Dons.
MK Dons and Peterborough. I had MK Dons and Peterborough. They're not.
They've got a job at this point.
I had Leeds as well, so this is bad, isn't it? A bad omen.
Do Crawley become more automatic favourites because of that? I don't even know who finished higher. Who did finish higher? Crewe or Crawley?
Crewe finished higher. Crawley.
Bill's phone drinks another fine.
That is a fine. Apologies.
Crawley finished 6th by the skin of their teeth. But
Crawley scraped in.
Yeah.
Crawley scraped. I think. Yeah. I think Barrow. It was
all down to the final day, wasn't it? Obviously, Doncaster went on that 10-game winning run, which got them up into 5th. And then, because it's 4th to 7th, isn't it, in League 2? So Crawley just snuck in at 7th.
Well, they absolutely made the most of it, haven't they? Scoring 8 goals on aggregate. They absolutely battered him as well.
I think it's happened quite a lot. Because I think Solihull Moors, they finished the lowest in the playoffs. I think there's a team in league in the Conference South or North that finished the lowest as well. And they've kind of gone all the way through and gone all the way to the finals each time.
Yeah, it's playoffs, isn't it? It's what happens in the playoffs. Yeah. Anything can happen. Who knows what will happen in Crawley versus Crewe?
Who ended lowest in the Championship?
Norwich.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Why have you said that?
Yeah, thanks for that.
You've done that on purpose, haven't you?
Well, Bill's teed it up.
Oxford Bolton. I'd imagine Bolton Wanderers are going to
win that. For that 100%.
I think so.
I'd quite like Bolton to go back into the Championship as well.
It'd be a strong 3, wouldn't it?
It'd be nice to have someone different.
Portsmouth, Derby, and Bolton is a strong 3 going up.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
and a weak 3 going down from the Premier League. So it'd
be nice to have Oxford go up.
It'd be nice to have Oxford
go in the Championship.
Yeah, it would, but then also...
Do you fancy going Oxford away next season?
Is there any... what's Oxford's capacity? I'm sure I saw something about someone buying Oxford.
Kassam.
I might have just made that up or something like that. But what's Oxford's capacity?
10.
Nothing.
When
we did our tenable, they weren't in the top 10.
Exactly. So, like, what? I mean, yeah.
Was Bournemouth's
like 12,000, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't really like Bournemouth. It's just Areola's done a good job.
We all heard that.
Oh, no, not the Jerrys.
The Cherry Massive. They're going to be after you.
Comment below.
But yeah, I'd rather Bolton. I think Bolton they're historically a better club. I still sort of coincide Bolton with the Premier League.
Yeah.
Big Sam. I know they've been out there for a long time. I know they've been out of it for a long time, but get them back up to where they where they should be. Championship, Premier League, I don't mind.
Well,
that
all three of them, Portsmouth, Derby, and Bolton, all in the Prem, like 10 years ago.
In their heyday, yeah, definitely.
It's a tough league to be in.
It is, yeah.
It is a tough league, yeah. It is.
And then obviously the Championship games, like I say, all teed up nicely for the second leg. Who do we think is going to go through each leg?
I mean, I think the home teams are probably favourites at this point.
You think so, yeah. They've
West Brom
both got the
good.
job done.
Did you watch that?
I watched a bit of the first half, yeah.
West Brom did look good, and maybe they've missed a sort of a chance there to go into the second game with a bit of a lead. But stranger things have happened. Stranger things happened. And then I think we'll win because we were terrible yesterday, and Norwich were
Norwich were much better.
I thought Norwich were probably stronger than us. But we were absolutely awful. Whereas we've got so much more to go to. Whereas Norwich, I think, haven't got as obviously the capacity that we've got, which is the good thing to look at.
If Leeds do go up this year, we will have really been on our hands and knees and crawled and scraped this because we have our form in the last 10 games has been absolutely dreadful.
Yeah, it has been terrible.
Right, have a quick interlude. We're going to be giving away a signed item at the end of this podcast as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I was meant to mentioning that at the start and I completely forgot to do it. So I thought I'll just chuck it in now. Nice. I'll chuck it in now. Yeah. So exactly. So yeah.
So if you made it this far.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, really.
Fingers crossed to hell.
Shall we move on to Scotland?
Yeah.
Old Derby.
That's my Scottish accent. You were laughing at Emma Hayes last week.
I got a lot of nice compliments about that.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Obviously, it was a big old firm. It was kind of a title decider, really. It was a must-win for Rangers, and Rangers obviously did not win. Title over? Title over. Yeah.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Lundstrom absolutely shafted him.
Yeah, own goal and a red card.
Yeah, absolutely honking.
But apart from that, I thought he played well.
As well.
Apart from that, I think, yeah.
I feel like Celtic and Rangers play each other about 20 times a year.
I feel like they don't play each other enough.
They're changing the format.
It is always a good watch, though.
It is always a good watch, especially recently. I think both sets of fans would agree that the quality of the two teams is probably not the highest it's been in the last 20 years. And it's actually made the games
a bit better.
A lot better, yeah. It has to watch from a neutral point of view.
Are they still not allowed the opposition fans in the ground?
They've started to open it up this year very, very, very recently.
Why is that? Because of the fighting?
No, it was because both were reducing both. I might be wrong here, but I think both were reducing so much that one eventually went, we're not going to send any fans. And then the other team said, we're not going to send any fans. And obviously the games are at 12:30, early as possible for police reasons.
Yeah. It's a big commute as well, isn't it?
Glasgow. To be fair, they come all across the UK, I think, for that.
Yeah.
But Rangers just cannot seem to get a result against Celtic at all at the moment. It's always going Celtic's way.
Yeah.
Brendan Rodgers has been there and done it before, though, hasn't he? Maybe that's
they looked like they bottled it, didn't they, Celtic, at one point? When Clement
came
in.
They were behind.
Yeah. And they won 9 of the first 11.
Rangers dropped points to Ross County, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think
that was it.
I think that was probably the turning point for them because it was the ball was in their court when they drew to Celtic. Like you say, like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So the Scottish title race to the English title race.
Ooh, it's going to the last day of the season. It's going to the last day of the season. Well done, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Well done, Arsenal. That was a good hard-fought win yesterday.
And I didn't think they played very well either.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Sign of a good team. The old cliche.
Yeah. Now it goes to City Spurs on Tuesday.
I've read a lot of Spurs fans saying, genuinely, I'm surprised by this, but this is the overriding thing I've read. They want to play their youth team against Man City.
I've seen everybody say they'd rather.
Can they still get Champions League though?
Lose on Tuesday.
Yeah, they can, but they'd
rather.
Imagine if they handed Arsenal the title.
Was it Nedum Onua who was playing for QPR when Aguero scored that goal?
Was it then? It could have been.
And then it looked like he was celebrating with the City players after.
I think I do remember you saying that.
Boy.
I do remember.
That's the kind of feel you're going to get with the
did stay up for that. That kind of
fans will be cheering.
There was the QPR player threw it to a City player, didn't he, for the winner?
It was a bit like Wayne Rooney brought this up recently, didn't he?
Is that to this day? Did that happen on this day as well? I think in this day in Premier League history, Aguero scored that goal today.
Today,
I think
is
so.
It? Oh wow, I didn't know that.
This podcast is going out in 2 days' time, so that does not help us.
Well, we're still setting it,
doesn't it? But yeah, going down to the last day, it will. I mean. You are right. I genuinely think Spurs fans would rather them not get Champions League.
I think so.
Arsenal win.
I think so. I think they would.
I think that's outrageous.
I think that's outrageous.
It is, but at the same time,
Leeds United do not have any rivalries at that level of Arsenal.
No,
Spurs.
yeah, I agree.
So I can't really put myself in that situation.
You're right.
It's not as big as like Shrewsbury Wrexham, for example, the big one.
That is massive.
That's massive. I know. I'm not trying to downgrade it, but I think for Spurs, I think they would not hear the end of it if they handed Arsenal the title. I mean, it would be hilarious.
Arsenal have won it. Arsenal have won it at Spurs before.
Yeah, they won it.
That's surely worse.
Wasn't that the Invincible season? Was it the Invincible season, or was that the season before? Or a couple of seasons before? But regardless, they won it at White Hart Lane, didn't they? So, yeah. I mean, I think the reason they don't want them to is because in recent years, Spurs have probably been a better side than Arsenal. Not since Arteta took over, but before that, Spurs have had chance to win trophies. Got to Champions League final, for example. They also got to
there was the Leicester season.
Yeah, the Leicester
Arsenal
season.
still finished.
I know they did, but then also when they sacked Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, St. Totteringham's Day.
Yeah,
Totteringham's Day.
But then there was the final when they sacked Mourinho the day before or the week before, and Ryan Mason was in charge. So they've had chance to win a trophy.
Yeah.
And now the fact that Arsenal are now going to come.
Yeah, but Arsenal have won a few FA Cups in the last few years as well. So they have won trophies. They have been ticking along.
Yeah, but the Premier League.
But there's a big difference between Arsenal winning the title at White Hart Lane when Spurs are trying their best to stop it. There's a big difference between that and Spurs throwing a game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? Throwing a game so their rivals can't win.
Because there's a difference between trying your hardest to prevent a win, whereas just not trying so the other team do win. Yeah,
it's still for the fans. It's obviously North London, but the players are not Tottenham players.
As connected.
They're not come up through the academy. How many of the Tottenham players now who actually come up through the academy who are starting in that match going?
Yeah, true.
I saw Kai Havertz say in his post-match interview yesterday that he'll be the biggest Spurs fan on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Touching on relegation, 2 teams now been relegated. Burnley.
Well, pretty much 3
Luton
now.
are as good as.
Pretty much 3 teams. I'm not subscribing to this concept of the 3 promoted teams. The gulf is so huge because obviously, as everyone's been saying, the previous year, Forest, Bournemouth and Fulham all came up. Yeah. They all stayed up. They've all stayed up again. True. So, and Bournemouth obviously done well. Fulham have done well. So, I think it has just been a bit of a weak 3 promoted teams.
Yeah, I agree. When Luton, everyone was saying that Luton were going to be worse than Derby, weren't they, in that season when they got the lowest points tally? But Luton have, I think, been respectable. I'm a bit gutted that Luton are going to go down.
Yeah, so am I.
Because I just think they're great for the Premier League. It's something different. Obviously, is it Kenilworth Road? Yeah, Kenilworth Road's a fantastic ground. It's
Kenilworth Road.
That's today's buzzword.
Sorry for that one, folks.
He's thinking about the quiz already. But yeah, I think Luton have a breath of fresh air for the Premier League. Something different. So I'm a bit gutted they're going down. And
I don't want to dig a team out.
Yeah,
but I'm going to do it right now. Sheffield United, 16 points.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, but they came up and they sold their best players when they came up.
I know we said
so they had no money.
I know, but even
you can't go into the Premier League and have no budget. They weren't even supposed to come up.
They sold their 2 best players.
To be fair to him.
And that Ndiaye hasn't played at all in France this year.
Is he not?
He's been a flop. No, I think Marseille he went to.
Yeah,
I think he started 2 games all season.
Really?
Yeah, it's been like a terrible signing.
Yeah, Sheffield United have been terrible. Just going back to Luton, I think a good swap for Luton is probably Ipswich. Probably is something similar in terms of not first time in the Premier League, but first time in a long time in the Premier League. It's
likeable.
They've had a similar story where they were both in League One very recently as well.
Did you see also last season Ipswich and Forest Green were in League One? And this next season, Forest Green are going to be in the conference and Ipswich are going to be in the Premier League. I'm mental.
Yeah, I like that.
That is mental that's happened. Yeah. So Kieran McKenna's done a fantastic job, obviously, and I think that'll be something good again for the Premier League. Maybe like a Luton where people will latch onto them and just see them as a team that you probably like. Mbappe leaving PSG. Thoughts on that?
The news that we all
everyone knew about it.
Should have happened 2 years ago.
To the best team in the world.
Everyone. Well, yeah. I mean, it's not.
So apparently he was waiting to announce it until he knew that Real Madrid and PSG couldn't face each other.
Is that true? I didn't know that.
So he's waiting to announce it. So as soon as it became confirmed that Real Madrid and PSG couldn't face each other, then he announced it. And obviously PSG got knocked out by Dortmund, and then he announced it the following day, which actually makes sense because if you announced that 3 months ago, then you're playing against that team. I mean, all eyes are on Kylian
Conflict of
Mbappe.
interest.
I mean, a little bit. Nedum high-fiving him.
Mr. Sitter on purpose or something. Yeah, he's taking a wage cut as well. Obviously, poor Mbappe because he's not on enough anyway. I think he's turning from 17.5 million to 12.5 million.
He's setting up a Just Giving page. Actually, to help fund the difference between the wages that he's losing, I think, if anyone wants to donate to Kylian.
I bet if he set up a Just Giving page,
people would.
Of course they would.
Yeah, the Real Madrid fans
would be one of them.
Yeah. Give me month's wage.
But yeah, I think it's all but confirmed he's going Madrid, isn't it? That makes them an absolute
scary signing.
Super
scary
team.
signing.
Yeah, they just need a number 9.
We're going back to what about Hosselu, mate?
They just need number 9.
Yeah, they go back to that. Goes back to
Haaland will be there at some point.
Do you think so?
I think so. I think what Haaland's done really clever, and I'm basing this on no knowledge whatsoever, this is just my theory, is he's putting clauses. He's putting clauses in his contract where he's putting minimum release clauses. So Man City got him for 80 million or whatever it was, and that is probably well below market value of what he should have got him for. And then he's put another one in now, probably
60, you know.
So it was something like that. And then obviously I think he pockets the difference. And then I think he's put one in for Man City, going, look, you can get me for 60, but I'm going to put another one in for 150. So he's then in charge of his own moves. So he's kind of dictating his own career. I think it's this is just what I think. But
I like the theory.
I think it's what he's doing. So I think he might give Man City another year or so, and then I think he might move on and go to Real Madrid. I mean, imagine Mbappe and Haaland.
Yeah, if Pep left, I agree with that, and I think he will.
What would happen to City if Pep left?
Is there a chance that I think there's a chance that Pep could go this summer?
No, I don't think.
Do you not think he would do?
Klopp, no, I think
the Chargers
he'll go next. I think he'll go next.
Depends what comes up.
They're playing in League 2.
They'll somehow manage to get out of that. I don't know how, but they'll do it.
Bayern Leverkusen. Do you know what Bayern Leverkusen's nickname has been for years in the Bundesliga? I was reading all about this last night.
Is it something to do with being bottle jobs or something?
Bayern Leverkusen, as they have never ever won the Bundesliga in the history of the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
And now they're called Bayer
Never Losing.
That's it. Bayer Never Losing.
Wow, is Thomas Muller coming up with these?
Really good.
Now we're called Bayer Never Losing.
That Farker.
Daniel Farker. I've taken over.
Another game won yesterday. Was it 5-0?
Yeah. I think they scored
They always seem to be playing.
151 goals.
Do you think the opposition seem to keep getting someone sent off? I keep looking at the Leverkusen games, and they're playing against 10 men.
Sometimes
I'm going to look into this and see how many actually are.
Honestly, sometimes it happens where you play games and the way you play, or maybe teams get really annoyed at the fact that they're so good. Because we were talking about in the office the other day after they managed to claw back the draw last week in the Europa League to carry on the unbeaten run.
Everyone was cheering them on for that goal.
In every single, and it's a great goal, but they play.
It feels like they play like the ref plays until they score.
Yeah,
every time.
Like the Real Madrid kit.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm so here for it. And Xabi Alonso will be a god to them now, won't he? I mean, if they go, I did touch on it last week, but if they go unbeaten in every single competition,
it's incredible.
It's
just incredible.
That's the best achievement ever.
Yeah,
it has to be. There is nothing that really compares.
They've got
nothing. Yeah,
Leicester.
Literally.
They've got one. I think they've got one more game left in the Bundesliga. Then they've got Atalanta in the Europa League final.
Yeah,
and then they've got Division 2 side
in the Poskal. Is it Pockle?
DKL or whatever it's called. Yeah.
I'm gonna stick my neck out here. I think Atalanta are going to win that game of football. I do. I think Atalanta are a good side.
They made Liverpool look average.
They're a good side. I think. I would love it if Leverkusen won.
I would love it.
I would love it.
I would absolutely love it.
I'm going to sit my neck out and say I think Atalanta are going to win that, and it's all going to end in tears.
I mean, lose the cup final, lose the last match day of the season.
Player ineligible. 10-point deduction.
But that last night, they went to 50 games unbeaten.
50 games.
Which is the longest run, I think.
Little quiz question then. I know Caden's doing the quiz, but do you know which team they overtook?
Benfica.
Benfica, 48 games Benfica did in like the 1960s or whatever.
Remember that, Bill?
That's it, yeah.
Age cap.
Slide.
There's absolutely no need for that whatsoever.
Best knowledge, wisdom is what I'm coming with here.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I mean, are we all agreeing that would be by far the best achievement in football ever?
It has to be.
And also, if Madrid won the Champions League and Leverkusen won the Europa League, who's winning the Super Cup? What's happening there?
That'd be a great game, that.
Imagine if Leverkusen was still unbeaten heading into that. They lost the last game of the season last year, so that's kind of where it started off as a... Because if they didn't lose that, I think they would have had another 5 or 6 games on top.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow,
so they could still keep going over this. Oh, and also Benfica's, I think, was over 2 seasons. They're 48. Really? I think they're 48 in game beat. No one's ever done it in 1 season.
Yeah,
I think I realise now I'm saying a lot of stuff, and I realise I forget I've been recorded. I'm just going. I'm just going to stay this and just see what happens.
I've learned when you just say things on social media. I know. You just die on your
but now there's people now going, well, that's not true.
Yeah.
Haaland's lawyers are on the phone going, these contract
clauses
don't exist.
I'll be Haaland turned up knocking on your door.
I can't just start talking rubbish, can I now?
Well, speaking of Haaland, speaking of the best players, the best teams in the world, we're going to do the main talking point this week is who our 3 best players of the season have been in the Premier League. Now
it was a mouthful, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, managed to get it out, thank God. But there's a lot to choose from. I think this season. I think it's been very a very good season in terms of individual talent and who has really helped sort of push teams to where they are and who their standout players are this season. So similar to last week, Ash, we start with you and go for 3 first.
Number 3, and then
can
I do an honourable mention before?
It's up to you when you want to do. I think we've all got a few honourable mentions, haven't we?
It's so hard to pick 3
this season. We've got 2 tiers.
Oh, for God's sake.
I've got 2 different lists. I've got the standard one, then I've got the uproar.
Right. List. I'd like to start with my first honourable mention of Wes Foderingham, because he has turned up week in, week out, and he's still he's
smile on his face. Smile on his face.
He's putting in a shift. They're scoring goals. They're not even trying to stop the goals going past him, but he's turning up. I saw that they dropped him for about 8 games and then put him back in.
There's no way you put in your honourable mention. Best players.
Imagine making it.
Where's Foderingham?
You've made it as a professional goalkeeper, and you're in that Sheffield United team. You have. His mental strength is up there.
Oh, well, is he?
I'd be signing him on Football Manager for mental.
Most goals conceded ever.
But honourable mention. He's not even top 3 players. Honourable mention.
I mean, like when we talked about when you asked us to do the 3 best players this season, Wes Foderingham, I did not think would be anywhere near.
Hey, people going through mental struggles will like this comment because you know what, Wes, I relate to you.
Yeah,
you've got a hard point here.
I'm not opposed. I'm actually very opposed to it.
Anyway, I'll go on.
To be fair, just on Wes. I'm thinking about Wes now.
Yeah,
let's forget Wes. Have there been many goals? Has there been many in your head goals conceded for Sheffield United where it's been an absolute goalkeeping glaring error? I don't think there's been that many.
What I'm saying. Give him some credit.
When I went to watch the Man United and Newcastle United,
did he play well?
Unbelievable.
Can we start a little campaign to try and push Wes Foderingham Premier League Player of the Year?
I think
if it's a public vote,
that's what I'm saying.
Get it down.
That's what I'm saying. Should we try it?
Watch in the next week or 2 where they do the player awards. Watch Wes Foderingham.
Actually, forget that. Let's do our own.
He's about to have an absolute howler this week.
Let's do the Offsiders Podcast Player of the Year. Wes, get him on.
Get a little trophy.
Get him on. Wes Foderingham. Have a 100 on the trophy.
He's not conceded 100 though because he was dropped.
Oh, I see. I'm going off.
But he's cut back in.
Yeah, he's back in.
So somehow.
Who was the guy who came in then?
I think it was Gerbich. I might be wrong. There was another one as
making names up now.
No, I had a look before we came in here, and I was like.
Where's Foderingham? I think this section's done now.
Yeah,
I think
let's finish it there.
The quiz.
Number 3. Yeah, I've actually got. I don't know if I just feel like I'm jumping on the bandwagon. I put Ross Barkley in because of the amount. The amount of like.
I like that.
He had a reputation going into the season as like almost a has-been, and
or a never been.
Well,
really?
No.
What I mean by like never living up to how good he is. That's what I mean. Like because he should have really lived up.
But he's found his form, and he's excelled in a team that
he's been brilliant.
People have enjoyed watching.
He's been brilliant.
He's been the reason.
I really like Ross
He's been brilliant.
He's in my honourable mentions.
Brilliant.
He's not in my top 3. He's in my honourable mentions. But really liked him.
Every game as well. Not like he hasn't been a flash in the pan for 10 games. Nope. Every time I've watched Luton from the first game to this weekend, he has been unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I really like Ross Barkley. I really think he's a good footballer. I don't think he'll stay at Luton. I think he'll go.
No, I don't think he'll stay at
Luton.
Well, he signed a 1-year contract, which is quite clever.
No, I think it wouldn't surprise Man United.
No, he's been linked to Man United.
It would not surprise me.
That's kind of player they're
like
calling out for.
Eriksen move though, would it?
No, it wouldn't.
That's where they're going wrong, though, isn't it?
Ross Barkley's better than Eriksen.
No, you're right. Tom's right with this. That is where they're going wrong. These kind of signings are what they've done year after year after year, and that is
they're short-term solutions.
Yeah.
It's
jumping on a bandwagon.
Correct.
Third for me. I've gone for Declan Rice. Declan Rice. I know, bit boring. Agreed.
All 3 of mine are boring.
Yeah, all 3 of mine are also English. I said to you before we came up here, I said it's brilliant to have 3 English players as my top 3 players of the season. Really exciting for the Euros. But Declan Rice came in for a big price tag, scored last-minute goals against Luton, scored last-minute goal against City. That's what you pay the money for. He's been superb for him. David Moyes came out the other day and said that, I think a journo asked him, what's the reason you're conceding loads of goals? And his answer was Declan Rice isn't here. So it just shows.
Can I sum up Declan Rice really fast? Sorry. There's not many players who get signed in the Premier League for 100 million, and everyone universally across the board all says we're worth every penny.
Teddy Sheringham.
Worth every penny.
Teddy Sheringham the other day literally said Declan Rice needs to leave Arsenal and go to Real Madrid.
Yeah,
because he's that good.
Yeah,
he needs to go and play at Real Madrid or Barcelona.
Everyone raves about Bellingham. I think Rice is nearly on par.
Yeah,
I
like
he's amazing.
Different players, aren't they?
They are different players. But I love Rice, and third, he'd be higher, but the two that are just above him have been unbelievable this season. So yeah, Declan Rice third for me. I think he's a great player.
Am I going controversial list or am I going just standard? What we should?
Do a bit of a mix.
I'll do standard.
You only live once.
Do your top three.
You only live once, my
Who
friend.
have been the three best players this season for you, Bill?
Follow your heart, Bill.
I feel like I'm just going to say the same. I'm just going to say the same as everybody. I think the top three are all going to be the same, really.
Go on.
The rest could be an honourable mention.
Who'd you put third then?
I put William Saliba third.
Okay, well, it's not the same then, is it?
No, but the other two are going to be the same.
Okay.
Saliba. Yeah, I mean, I had to put an Arsenal player in, really.
Yeah.
And he was the one I put in. You could have had a few options, really, from the Arsenal team, I think. I think he's been superb. When they lost him last year at the end of the season, they had Rob Holding coming in. They really kind of fell apart. And I think they've kept him fit this year. Yeah. And, he's...
Best defence in the league, aren't they, Arsenal?
I think he's probably the best centre-back in the league as well, I think.
They did really well with him because they bought him, then sent him out on loan, didn't they?
And everyone was clamouring for him to start.
Yeah.
When he was out on loan.
I don't think he... am I right in saying that he fell out with somebody? Was it Unai Emery or was it before Unai Emery? Was it when Arteta first joined? I think it was something like...
Who, Saliba?
Yeah, I'm sure it was something like
it was
Arteta
something like
didn't
that.
get
Wasn't
on,
it?
Or
Wasn't
that's
it
what people said.
Yeah.
But obviously they do because he's been superb.
Was it the France manager?
No,
it was. No, you're
something
right
to
with this.
Arsenal.
It was.
Because you're right. They were calling out for him when he was
on loan. And but I'd never seen him play.
Saint Etienne was it? I think it was
Something
Saint
like that.
Etienne. So yeah, Saliba again, brilliant shout, great defender.
Yeah,
Happy with that.
Well,
What do you mean, Mark?
there's players here that I feel bad not putting in the top
so
three.
give him a shout out.
No, we'll do shout. Should we do
Okay, do
shout
shouts
at the
yeah,
end? Shout at the
just
end.
brush over them. Do your third.
I want to put Kai Havertz in there.
When I said
Second half.
A resounding not sure.
when I said there was Arsenal options, he was not one of those options.
Kai Havertz.
Odegaard could have been in there.
Yeah, Saka.
No, Kai Havertz.
Is Kai Havertz? Have you looked at this on a different light? Is Kai Havertz maybe the most surprising?
He's the most
maybe
on
not
form.
one of the
Most improved.
Most improved, yeah, the one that no one wants.
He's on form now.
That is maybe the only thing, but I'm not sure about best.
How many
player.
goals do you think he scored this season?
In the Premier League?
Yep.
I reckon he scored 11.
Nah, I'm gonna say 16.
Oh, no, 12.
I'd like to say 12.
Oh, not 12.
12 goals, 7 assists.
It's not a bad return.
He's been playing in that false 9 position.
Yeah, so
which
he should have more
we finally
goals.
found his position. Off the ball, the runs he makes, I think, go so unnoticed. And I feel for Kai Havertz because of all the stick he gets.
I agree. Listen, that's why we're saying most improved, unsung maybe, but not the top.
He's not in the
They
top
love him
three.
now.
Is he?
Arsenal fans love him at the
Put
minute.
Ross Barkley
He's on
in.
form.
Yeah, but Ross Barkley was playing. Maybe
Ross Barkley has played better this season than Kai Havertz.
Oh,
He's playing in a Luton team, though. You have to say Ross Barkley's effect on his
I
team
agree.
gives him the fact that
I
he could be
agree.
a player of the year.
Arsenal aren't where they are without Kai Havertz.
Oh, get a life, mate. Right, number 2.
Yeah.
Number
He is
2,
the
Ashley.
difference.
Number 2, I've gone Palmer.
Okay, interesting.
Stats don't lie, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
21
not
goals,
much else
10
to say.
assists.
21 goals, 10 assists, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just crazy.
From midfield.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did everybody think that they'd overpaid for him?
No.
I think he...
How
No.
much he was?
No, it was like 50 million.
42 million.
Yeah. When he first signed, I thought you've overpaid for him.
Yeah, but listen, 42
And I think a lot of
million-
people probably thought that.
I don't know about overpaid. Maybe at the time, but then also Chelsea signed players on like 8-year contracts now. So
That's what
it was
I
always
said.
gonna
When
be-
you saw that news on the day it happened, I
But
think most people would have
like-
gone.
I wasn't like gasped. It wasn't like.
It was a transfer that kind of went under the radar a little.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe that's what it was. Yeah, but now looking at it,
What's he worth now?
what a bloody
Oh,
great.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll double it.
Yeah,
For
at
that,
least.
for 21
Yeah.
goals and 10 assists in the Premier League,
Oh, he's been incredible.
he's got a goal or assist a game.
And let's be honest.
That's all in the second half of the season mainly as well.
Cole
times
Palmer.
he
Cole
scored 4
Palmer has kept Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Oh my word!
And he's
Like
22.
imagine the stick they would have had if he wasn't there.
He's 22 years old.
And he's taking the scruff by the minute.
Lampard, isn't he?
Yeah.
The last time they had that from midfield.
Do
Do you know what I liked as well? I think he was on recently. I think it might have been the Everton game. He was on 2 goals and he got a penalty and he grabbed the ball off Madueke.
Yeah, he did.
And he was already on 2
Jackson,
goals.
yeah, they were-
He was already on 2 goals and he went, "I'm the penalty taker."
Yeah,
And Poch came afterwards and went, "He's the penalty
Yeah.
taker." And I like that about him.
I do
Going,
too. Bit of
I want more. Yeah, I want more
Bit
goals.
of arrogance.
Would you start him in?
Yes.
I'd start him in the summer.
Yes.
Start him in the
Start
summer.
him.
Yes, he starts. Without doubt, he starts. You cannot.
This is another
You
one.
cannot put
Yeah, it's
again.
another one.
He's competing
Yeah,
with
okay.
Bellingham.
Just briefly,
We'll do a Euros.
We'll do a Euro special, but
Euros
just
special, yeah.
briefly, you cannot not start that the person in the Premier League with the most goals, potentially up there with the most assists, I'm sure he is, or the most assists.
Haaland's got more goals, but
it's the same with Watkins.
He's 20. He's not a striker. He don't play up front. He's not a 9. He plays coming in or behind the striker. And he's got that many.
He's got a swagger about him as well.
And it's also for Chelsea. For Chelsea, imagine him playing next to Bellingham, Kane, Foden. I'm going to say Cole Palmer's my number 1, by the way.
Well, he's in my. I didn't really rank my top 3, so he's another one.
Well, I mean,
I'll put him in second.
I'll say Palmer's my 1 now because we obviously touched on it. My number 2. Let me go my number 2. I didn't say my number 2. I said my number 1.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were going to do Palmer and then move on.
No, so my number 2 is Phil Foden. So Phil Foden, obviously, is between Foden and Palmer, really, and I'm assuming that's who you just said there.
He's my number 1.
Yeah, there you go. Tom.
My number 2 is Ollie Watkins.
Oh, okay, right. Well, come on to it. I like it, though. He's in my
What on earth is that?
He's not even in my honourable mentions.
Is he not? No. He's in my honourable mentions.
I've got a different Villa player.
Phil Foden, though. Phil Foden is the best English footballer. Bellingham's obviously fantastic. Phil Foden, technically...
Sorry.
No, to be fair.
Track back. What do you mean by that?
In terms of his ability on the ball...
Technique?
He is the best English footballer.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah. That in terms of Bellingham's obviously got probably a bit more aura and a bit more sort of
he's
a bit more mature and
but then if I throw Cat on the Pigeons just quickly on English, our most important player I'd say was Harry Kane.
Agreed. Yeah,
he's the one you cannot replace.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, but Foden has to start as well. But Foden, this season again, I've got stats written down here. Let me get my stat sheet out. 17 goals, 8 assists, 33 matches. Coming to his own at City this season. He's had a few seasons before at City where he's had to bide his time sometimes, and he's also been a superb footballer. Everybody knows how good he is, but this season he's just come into his own. He sort of took City to the title charge with Arsenal. Obviously him and Haaland, but Phil Foden is an obscene footballer. Cole Palmer is an obscene footballer, and like I say, we're so lucky they're both English. And like I said, my top 3
I think the way I just sum up kind of Phil Foden's year this year is he's probably had the year that every football fan expected him to have.
Yes.
He's probably hit the height that everyone probably expected him to be at. And it's not really massive. And I'm really glad he's done it because he could have easily not had this kind of year.
He was struggling to get into that City team.
He can play anywhere as well, He can move across as well now. He play in the middle.
He can do all 3, can't
he? Yeah. So
I think De Bruyne getting injured. And like Mahrez going, and kind of these players kind of getting out of his way.
Palmer went.
I think he's going to. Palmer going as well.
They could have played Palmer, but also then saying that it has given him a chance. But you've got to take the chance. He took it by the scruff of the neck, like you say. So Phil Foden and Cole Palmer.
It seems like with that Man City team that you can only have one player playing well at any one time. So like Grealish now has dropped off the boil massively. Yes. Now Foden stepped up. You feel like one kind of steps up and another kind of drops off a little bit. Is that fair?
And listen, Grealish has been injured, hasn't he? Grealish got injured, so that's probably one of the main reasons. And he's again another argument for even going to the Euros. Does he potentially go? But like I say, it's a conversation for another episode, which will be a bloody exciting episode. Tom, do you want to touch on Ollie Watkins?
Yes, I will actually.
Yes, I do. Before you all laugh.
Aston Villa Champions League. They're not there without Ollie Watkins.
Agreed.
No, they're not.
Yeah, agreed.
19 goals, 12 assists, I think it is. He's the importance of the goals as well.
Yeah,
he's good finishes as well. Really good finishes.
He is fantastic footballer. England's nailed on.
He does miss chances as well.
Again, I don't want to have this conversation. I really want to save this conversation.
Yeah, we'll save this conversation. No, but I agree, Tom. Like I've watched him a couple of times, and I thought, is he one of these players that he's having a lucky season or a few lucky seasons, and the hype is a bit too much? And I've watched him. Every time I've watched him, he is a world class striker. He really, really, really is. Yeah, it's not a flash in the pan. He's genuinely quality
and similar to Palmer in that Chelsea side. Imagine you put Watkins in a side that's stronger than that Villa side.
Yeah. But then does he suit Villa because he's the main man?
Yeah, do you think?
I think Palmer's a little bit different. I think Palmer can fit into a world class side. We've seen him do it, and not Villa aren't world class, but is he that good because he is the man kind of thing? But listen, Watkins, like I say, honourable mentions. Who's your number 1? Have we said your number 1? You've put number 2, Ollie Watkins. Who's your number 1?
We'll go with Phil.
Oh, so it was between Palmer or Phil?
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, right, Phil.
So does that mean that one of them isn't in your top 3?
Yeah, Palmer. Right. Palmer is not in his top 3.
As long as you get Kai Havertz in there, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
He's had a good 5 months, hasn't he, Cole Palmer?
But Kai Havertz has had a better. Kai Havertz had a better overall season.
Kai Havertz is.
Has a better season than Cole Palmer. Before February.
Is better than Cole Palmer.
I'm looking at.
No, Jack. Has Kai Havertz had a better season than Cole Palmer?
I'm looking at Arsenal in 2nd, and I'm looking at Chelsea in 8th. 6th.
Yeah,
are they 6th now?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
6th or 7th one.
And I'm thinking they play a very similar role.
You're really digging a grave.
You are. You're trying to. Let's move on. Let's move on.
You're getting lower in your seat.
I've got 4 honourable mentions.
Yes, I've got, I think, 3 or 4.
I'm done with mine.
Can I just shout mine out? Should I shout mine out? I've gone Leon Bailey. No, I went. Look at maybe I should have gone Kai Havertz. I don't know. Maybe I made a mistake. But I've also gone for a couple of English lads. I've gone for Anthony Gordon, who's really surprised me.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I've gone for my favourite ever Premier League player is Eze. I've gone for Eze in there as well. Eze and Gordon I've put in there.
Yeah.
He's had a long stint out as well, though, hasn't he?
I know he's been class since he's come back. I know. And then my other player I've gone for is Semenyo for Bournemouth. Yes. I think he's been absolutely superb this year. I felt like I had to get someone in for Bournemouth.
You like Bournemouth?
I do like Bournemouth. Yes, I do.
I'm surprised
they keep
you
nicking
got
our
players.
But no, I didn't know.
Gary O'Neill again.
In his playing day, I would have put Gary O'Neill.
In fact, I bet Gary O'Neill signed Semenyo. That's the only reason you've stuck him.
It is, they scouted him for years. They lived together in Bournemouth, actually, the first
He's like the baby reindeer for Gary O'Neill. He sent Gary O'Neill 100,000 emails.
I'm trying to get rid of Fark. Trying to get rid of Fark and bring him in.
Come to Leeds, please. Sent from iPhone. I've got honourable mentions. Solanke. Put Solanke in there.
Yeah,
Barkley was in mine. Haaland and Isak is my honourable mentions.
Isak's up there.
Tom, have you got any honourable mentions?
I do. Obviously, Cole Palmer. I feel like.
That's good of you.
Yeah.
Have you just written that down?
Yeah.
You know what? Cole's going to be really happy with that. Yeah. Really happy that you put me to honourable mentions there. Season of his life.
I've also gone Rice. Obviously.
Yeah.
He's what's dragged Arsenal from bottling that 8-point difference last season.
But he's not been Arsenal's best player this year.
No,
Havertz.
And then another Arsenal player, Gabriel. They've had the set piece specialist come in, haven't they, Arsenal this season?
Yes.
Set piece coach.
Yes.
I think 45% of their goals have been from set pieces.
Really?
And Gabriel is the main target.
That's a great stat. I was explaining to my wife. I was saying this to my wife. I often do boring football stories to her. She listens and she. But I was explaining to her like that now there are things like set piece coaches, that there are throw-in coaches.
Well, Spurs
and it's to the level we've got.
Ignored it, haven't they?
The level we've got.
That's one of Spurs' weak points.
Downfall,
this season.
Referee coaches.
Because they haven't
referee
got one.
coaches, exactly. Referee coaches.
Ange insists that you don't need one. For whatever reason.
Honestly, if I could start again, I'd go, I'm going to really train to be a throw-in coach. You got many applicants.
I was never that good at throwing.
Long throwing.
There was always that one kid
No, it's not. I don't think the coach is doing the technique of how to throw it.
I
don't think they're doing that. I think they're doing like positional play on the pitch. That's what
I take throw-ins for Wakefield and used to take them at uni.
You need to be on the end of him.
But unfortunately,
they need you in the box.
I take them. Honestly, God, when I played for uni, because we had a bit of a housery team at uni, we were nasty. The amount
Tony Pulis coming in.
The amount of goals we scored from long throw-ins is mental. Because you just barge people, it drops, and someone's there just to boot it in the net. They are horrible.
Sound like a really fair player. Right?
I know this is before. I never understood why more teams don't do the long throw-ins. Long throw-ins in the box are much better than a corner because the angle it comes in at.
The rifle one's good.
It's horrible to defend.
Yeah.
It's absolutely horrible.
And it doesn't get done as much as you think.
Shout out Rory Delap, by the way.
Rory Delap.
Yeah, the founding father.
The OG of the long throw-in.
The father, the godfather.
Before we go to the quiz, Bill mentioned earlier we've got a little bit of a giveaway.
We've got a giveaway, yes.
A couple of weeks ago. Was it a couple of weeks ago? Yeah, last bank holiday, wasn't it?
It was a week ago.
Yeah, was it a week ago? Yeah, it was a week ago. 2 weeks ago today. Was it? Am I lying? It was a week ago.
Yeah,
it was a week ago.
No, but nobody cares when it was.
Yeah, no one actually cares. They only really care about what we're giving away, so let me move on. Me and Tom went to meet Luis Diaz. Lovely bloke, wasn't he?
You said that so nonchalantly.
Yeah.
Me and Lewis.
Yeah, me and Lewis.
Can we we'll put a picture in just here of Jack and Tom meeting Luis Diaz there last Monday.
Yeah, lovely bloke. Slurps his coffee, which is a bit annoying. But he's Colombian, so he's allowed to.
Cut that
bit.
Boys.
Let's
cut that bit. We want him to invite
Sorry, Lewis.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You drink your coffee however you want, mate.
Yeah. But the giveaway.
Insider info.
The giveaway. We are giving away. I've got it down to the left of me. Let me grab it. We're giving away a signed piece of artwork by Luis Diaz. You see his signature to the left of him, knee sliding there. The artwork was made by our very own
Great work, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Lewis was drinking the coffee He was drinking the coffee as he was signing that as well.
Yes,
so.
he was. And he actually went, did bald man make this artwork? And I went, yes, he did.
Wow.
Yes, he did. He did indeed.
Wow, it's like he's in the
So
room.
this is up for grabs for someone to win. All you have to do is comment DIAZ in the comment section down below.
Spelt there.
Get over to the YouTube video if you're listening on Spotify. Comment down below DIAZ, and one person will be winning this. So good luck to everybody that enters. I think we're going to try and do giveaways regularly, aren't we? So,
Yeah, we're going to do each
Giving back to the people.
So yeah.
Episode,
Don't tell
about.
us we're not bloody nice. So yeah, quiz time. Let's go.
Okay, it is time for the quiz. The quiz, it went very, very well last week. We've had a few people asking about whether we could do individual quizzes, but I think I prefer the team, I think.
I like the team.
I like the team.
We work together.
We can always give it a go in future, can't
Also,
we?
if I get something wrong, we can blame each other.
Yes.
Like, I'm not just getting...
You're not by yourself.
Exactly,
Yes,
So
the teams are Tom and I. We need some team names, actually. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Tom and I against Ash and Jack. It's 1-0 to Tom and I. Tom, your heroics with Anthony Martial.
Anthony Martial.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
And we've got our weekly quiz master. Everybody say hello. It's Caden.
K-Doggy Dog.
It's quiz time, everybody. We're going. It is time.
Serious.
Caden, how's the quiz going to work this week?
It's good this week. 10 questions in total for everyone. Everyone's got one question that they answer themselves. It's only worth 1 point. And then there are 6 buzzer questions. And I'm going to use the tiebreaker if needed.
Isn't that 8 then?
Seb's
Yeah.
today.
No.
Are you all right?
6. No,
6 plus 4.
6 plus 4.
6 plus 4 is 10.
You said we have one each.
Yeah, which is 4.
Which is 4, mate.
Yeah, but that's 2 each team, isn't it?
Yeah, which is 4.
Just ignore me.
I really hope there's a maths question in this quiz because these lot will be getting it wrong.
I think same as last week. I think if you buzz in and get it wrong, Tom, we need confidence here, Tom.
You can do that one on your fingers.
Yeah.
6 said 4.
We could not if you're not from Shrewsbury. You ain't got it.
Shrewsbury boy.
None of that.
Sorry, he's
None
my
of
team.
that.
I'm sorry, Tom. I think if you buzz in and you get it wrong, I think
You lose
a point.
Are we still doing that if you lose a
I
point?
think so. Kind of.
And then also are we doing... If you get your individual question wrong, the other team can steal it, and they can work together to steal it.
Yes.
But in the quick fire round, if you buzz in, get it wrong,
it can move over.
It moves over, and you lose the point.
Yes.
So you lose a point, and you can gain a point.
Yes.
Hell, there's a lot.
Because you can't. Otherwise,
we can't lose points on the first bit, can we?
No, you can't lose on the first. Right. Can we all have a look at the buzzers again? Buzzers' favourite thing to do.
Yes, here is my wonderful buzzer.
Buzz Lightyear. That's such a sick. Mine's.
Yeah, yours is really boring.
Just like you.
But at least yours isn't red. Yeah. That's the main.
That's true.
Yours sounds like you're wrong.
For the mighty salad.
Tom has the best buzzer by a long shot. Right, let's do it. So
Come on, Ash.
1-0 in the series. I'm going to repeat that again. 1-0 to Tom and I in the
Team
series.
Bash.
Yeah, if we
No,
get
that's not
Team Ball knowledge.
That'd be Bill and Ash. Team Bomb. Or Team Till.
I'll have Team
Bomb Till.
Jash doesn't sound right.
Jack works.
No,
done.
Jack works. Oh yeah, I like that. Team Jash.
Team
and
Jack
Ashley's
featuring
there.
Ash. sorry, Kate.
Hey, so again, I would like to go in saying I've written this, and I think I've done it in a general difficulty that's equal.
Well, we're about to find out.
How many players are on a team?
Caden's got the best ball knowledge out of all.
What colour does the referee wear?
It's quiz time, baby.
It's quiz time.
Question 1.
Right, question 1. I've gone from right to left this time.
Okay, nice.
Tom, we're starting with you. The 2025 AFCON competition hosting rights were awarded to which nation? I've got 4 options for you for all of you. DR Congo, Angola, Morocco, or Libya?
Say those again for me, my friend.
Yeah, am I quite quiet?
No. Can you say the question again? Sorry.
Yeah. The 2025 AFCON competition hosting rights were awarded to which nation?
I think that's a good question. I don't know this. Do you know this?
Either DR Congo, Angola, Morocco, or Libya.
And am I allowed to discuss this or not?
No, I don't think we can discuss on these.
What does DR stand for in the DR Congo?
I think is it Dominican Republic? Is that right?
No.
Okay.
Go on, answer. Come on.
Democratic.
4 options, mate.
Dominican Republic is a different country in the Caribbean.
Jesus.
Sorry,
Yeah,
you can cut all that.
Did you say Dominican?
No. I asked Kaden,
me.
what does the DR stand for? He went, Dominican Republic and Congo.
Quizmaster people, come on.
Come on, Tom.
Sorry, Tom, go on.
Sorry, it's my fault.
You had long enough to answer here, son. There's only 4.
Morocco.
It is Morocco.
Who chose the other 3 options? Did you choose the other 3 options?
No. These are all stolen. Every single one.
Tell you what. If Dominican Republic is hosting the African Cup of Nations, there's real problems here.
Ash went to me. It's got to be Morocco. I think the others are all at war.
Libya? Congo's always at war.
Congo's always at war, yeah.
Bill's question.
That's great. Yeah, we are on to Bill. Which of these players made the most international appearances for Italy? Was it Maldini, Fabio Cannavaro, Gianluigi Buffon, or this is the guy I'm going to struggle with, Chiellini?
Do you know this?
Yeah, I feel like I do
know it, yeah.
I'd be surprised.
He knows it all,
I'd be surprised if I was wrong.
Any great?
But I thought the record appearance maker... Is one of them the record appearance maker for Italy?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
Oh, because I thought it was somebody else.
It's out of these 4.
I thought it was somebody else was the record appearance maker for Italy.
Quite clearly they are.
No, I might be wrong. Can you tell me the 4 again? I don't like this question.
Yeah, of course you can.
I don't like this question. I didn't like your arrogance of being confident here. Here we go.
Which of these players made the most international appearances for Italy? Was it Maldini, Cannavaro, Buffon, or Chiellini?
Wonderful.
Thank you.
He's the geezer that pulled Saka in the Euros final.
Oh, I should...
Bog off, Chiellini.
Sly.
Yeah.
Come on, Bill. There's got to be a time limit.
I think this is tougher than you think. Are you
come
quite
on,
have you got? I'm not conferring. I'm just asking if you quite confident with an
I
answer.
definitely wouldn't be confident, but I'd
This is a good question.
I'd have a system to try and work it out.
Come on.
Right. Well, I'm between 2.
Go on, tell us the 2 and then choose one.
Can we have a 50-50, please?
No. Come on, Bill.
Phone a friend.
We could do one like that eventually.
Come on.
Buffon.
Yeah.
It is Buffon.
Yeah.
Well
Doing number 1 for like 20 years.
Could have been Maldini.
Buffon would have had less competition.
He'll have a Zimmer frame and still be in.
No, there was a lot of competition.
Buffon's still number 1 now.
That's what I'm saying.
No, Pierre-Louis. No, they had Peruzzi, Toldi. He had quite a lot of competition back in the day.
He was playing till he was in his 40s.
Yeah, but Donnarumma took over that. Anyway.
Find out how many
2-0.
caps Peruzzi has.
And he's good at rock,
How many
paper,
what?
scissors too. Come on, let's go. Question 3.
Yeah, fair
boys.
Yeah,
How many?
question
I
3
thought
is for
Zambrotta
Jack.
was up there with the most. Anyway.
Question 3 for me.
Digging hole
Yes.
now, Bill.
Question 3 is for Jack. Who has scored the most goals in World Cup competitions? Is it Ronaldo for Brazil? Is it Gary Lineker for England? Is it Miroslav Klose for Klose for Germany? Or is it David Villa for Spain?
Miroslav Klose for Germany.
I mean, that is just a.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah!
That's what I'm talking about.
I feel like I'm going to get a hard one now.
I hope you do.
Come on.
That was an easy. That was easy.
Yeah, that was easy.
hard.
Of course, it's
Of course
close.
I'll say
I'll be honest with you, these are all from the same website saying hardest football quiz ever. So
Right, go on,
it's possible.
Here we go. Right.
Who was in goal for Czechoslovakia?
In
1952 World Cup semi-final.
Who is Libya at war with right now?
Buffon.
Ash, this question is for you.
Me? Got you.
How many clubs played in the first Premier League? Is it 16, 20, 22 or 24?
Oh, this is easy.
It's either 16 or 22. I'm going 22.
It is 22.
Where did you pluck that from?
I was worried about this quiz. Right.
Dreadful question. Right, is it buzzer time?
It is buzzer time. We're on buzzer time.
Figures that are ready.
What's
Buzzer
Well,
time,
we might
everybody.
know
what
the
the scores, Caden?
Current scores is 2-all.
2-all.
I think the quick fire quiz should be a little bit easier.
The quick fire should be like that.
Yeah. You want to get it right.
I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't bet on it. We'll see how it goes. I have, for some of them, I've actually given you 4 options because I think some of them might be quite
Just
hard.
leave out.
No,
the
leave that out.
Leave
Leave
out.
it
No,
out.
I'm
Leave
saying
it
I've got them there as options if
Okay,
you're all stumbled.
good lad.
I like it, yeah.
So-
That
I
is
like
good
it, I like
producing.
Yeah,
My
it's
quiz
goddamn
master.
right it is.
Yeah.
Right, let's go. Can you hear me if I talk over it?
So it's 2-all.
Yes.
It's 2-all. And
got to answer.
you
I
get
said
a
yes,
question.
I can hear him.
You get a point wrong. You
I
get a
don't
point
need to
deducted if you get it wrong.
Yeah, correct.
And you can steal.
Yes, and you can work together.
And you can work together.
Cheeky.
Yes.
No, you can work
if
together
you
only on the
steal.
steal.
If you steal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the steal, yeah.
Right, you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, you got to answer. You got
What's
to
your
answer.
answer?
You got to answer.
What's your answer?
You said,
Ash. It
you
was Ash.
said, are you ready?
I thought you did that
It was
then.
Ash.
Oh, I'm
No.
sorry, guys.
You said,
No,
are you
nice
ready?
one.
That's a question.
You're not funny, Ash, or clever.
I'm clever.
Right. First question in the buzzer round. Which player scored the first Premier League goal of this season?
Oh, I don't even remember the game.
That is tough. Who played the first game?
It's always Arsenal.
Go on then.
Erling Haaland.
It is Erling Haaland.
Yes!
He's just doing
Sorry,
it.
I know, I'm going to lose a point.
Scored against Burnley on the opening day, I think.
Weird that you know that, Bill.
Yeah, Friday night kickoff.
He knows all his contract details.
Second
3-2.
question. Second question is, in 2022, which country unveiled Lionel Messi as their tourism ambassador?
Saudi Arabia.
It is Saudi Arabia. I also need to ask,
easy.
why is it Saudi Arabia? He's not there.
Because they've got a lot of money. Because they've got a lot of money.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Would you not, yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Saudi Arabia have a bit of cash behind them.
America.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would have.
Fair play, Bill. Great knowledge.
I'm enjoying the start of this quiz, to be honest.
We're also near the end. The
Yes.
third one. Third question is, the end of 2023 saw the Belgian Cup quarterfinals drawn by what?
What?
This is one where I've got 4 options if you need it.
Right.
Okay, I
What
think
drew
we-
that? No, what drew him like?
Yeah, I
out
get
of the
that.
pot?
Oh, I'm not going to have a clue until he says these options.
We can't discuss at this point.
Yeah, I do the options, I think. No one knows it
Options?
today. We need the options.
Tom looks like he's got something in his head.
No.
Are you
Oh,
sure?
yeah, we
Alright,
know.
yeah. The options are an octopus, a sober Rod Stewart, a giant magnet, or a claw machine.
Oh, we got to go for it. You've got to go for this sort of stuff. I'm going to go octopus.
Oh no, it's not. Yes, he's got it wrong.
That is incorrect. You have a chance to steal.
No, right. So the octopus. The
Oh,
octopus.
and you lose a point.
Yes, you do.
Oh, so you're on one.
But you got to go for these
Right,
stuff
right.
in life.
All 4.
I know
you've gone
it's
in
terrible.
octopus.
It was terrible.
The octopus
Right,
always
can I
gets the
tell you?
score
Can I tell you why they've given those options? An octopus was the one who kind of predicted the World Cup results a few years back.
Yeah.
Rod Stewart was famously very drunk when he did the Scottish Cup, so that's why he's in for there. So the options are a magnet or a claw.
An octopus?
Octopus would be the
You
worst.
said an octopus is
know,
drawn the... Are you
Belgium.
off your head?
An octopus could do that. It could,
What?
it could pick up a
He
ball.
does a job. No,
Into the
it does a
pot.
job, doesn't it?
An
Right,
octopus always does
are
the
we looking
Euros
at
and the
claw
World Cup
or
stuff.
it's got to be claw, isn't it? Claw or magnet?
Is there any relevance to Belgium?
Yeah,
claw?
octopuses are in Belgium.
You better pull something out of your bloody backside.
I
here.
mean, I'm happy.
Claw or magnet?
I'm happy to go claw.
A magnet?
the claw.
Go on.
We can't lose a point here, can we?
No.
not in a
No.
steal. Claw.
It is claw.
Ah!
What's the scores,
I'd like to
Caden?
argue an octopus
I'm
has 8
liking this.
claws.
It's currently 5-1
It is.
to Bill and Tom.
It is 5-1.
Yeah.
But we need him to get one wrong. Come on, Jack.
The next
Stay
one.
confident.
Yeah, if we don't answer again, have we done this now? Have we just... Yeah, fine, okay.
Octopus!
Right, the
Jack,
next one
we're a
is,
team.
what is Carlisle United's nickname?
I don't know this.
I do know this.
I've been to Carlisle United. It's an awful
Nice
ground.
Oh, no.
Awful
Yeah,
ground.
it's an awful ground renowned. Got octopuses outside it. I don't know.
Oh, I do know this.
I know the Hartlepool one, but I don't know Carlisle.
No, I don't know it.
To be honest with you, this is one where I didn't put 4 options because I
No,
thought someone,
don't need
I thought
to.
someone was going to get
You
this.
guys have a guess.
Go on.
No, I don't.
Oh,
I
come
don't
on.
I don't know.
Yeah, make it
know.
interesting. Make it interesting. Come on. With
I
3
don't know. I
answers.
can't even like. If I had like a half an inkling, I'd press
Well,
it. I'd do it.
Just say
think,
your
just
name.
anything.
You want me trying to lose a point, so it makes it more
come on,
interesting.
Make it fun. You know what the people want.
What could they be called?
I know where they play.
Don't
I know where they play.
Press that buzzer.
Come
on,
John,
anything.
shall I just go for it, right?
Oh, he's done it! Olé!
I know it's not right, but the Millers.
It's not the Millers, it's the
The what?
Cumbrians. I was going to say that they should...
Cumbrians.
Yeah,
Steal.
Cumbrians.
Cumbrians.
Yeah, no.
That's a shocker.
Not great.
Right, so 4-1.
4-1.
What's the score?
4-1.
How many questions left?
Stick
2.
on.
2 left.
It's 5-1 still.
No, it's
4-1,
4-1.
so
I've
you've
just
lost
lost
a
a
point.
point with the Cumbrians.
Of course, thank you.
God, you
I
don't
get.
have
I
a
don't. I
Saturday
should be
night
more on
entertainment
this.
We need to get.
How many
Caden
questions have we got left, Caden?
shit. We need to get you.
3.
Brain.
Oh, is there only 2 more?
We went for it. You know. We have to
No,
commit
no,
to
not
these
we.
things.
There was no we went for
Oh,
it.
you
It's
were
2
there
more.
going.
What?
It's 2 more questions.
You went
2 more questions.
octopus.
4-1.
2 right. Go away with confidence.
Octopus and Rod Stewart with the 2 I would not have gone for on that.
Well, you didn't go for any, did you?
Yeah, you did. You got it right.
Right.
Go on,
Go on,
Caden.
Caden.
Ready. The next one is, who won the Premier League in the 1999/2000 season?
Who was that? I
It's
can-
either of you, so it doesn't
Go on,
matter.
you can go.
I don't remember. Man United.
It is Man United.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Is that the treble?
Treble, yeah.
Right. So as long as we don't answer,
It's 2-4.
we're fine.
Really. If we don't know it, let's answer.
Double points
Go
on the
on.
last question, is it? Is that the way you usually?
Yeah, go on.
Go on.
I'm for that.
Quiz
'Cause then
time,
if
baby.
they don't know it, they have to answer. Go on, Caden. You're
What
the
are we doing?
Quizmaster General.
I don't know.
Don't shrug your
I
shoulders.
wanna do double
I'm
points.
okay with
You
this being a
decide.
democracy, to be fair. If you all agree to that, that's fine.
Well,
That's
you be the
fine.
deciding vote.
I just want to take the win. Really.
So it's 2v2. You're the deciding vote.
Yeah, we're against this.
Okay, so you're the deciding vote. Do you want doubles or not?
I don't think you can change at this particular point.
I think
we did
this
set out
can
the rules
all
at the
be good.
beginning.
We did set out the rules at the
That's
beginning. And also, if this was the way around, I don't think Jack Durkin would agree to these rules. But anyway,
absolutely true. So true.
Fair point. Right.
So
the last question.
it's about to be 2-0.
Get it right.
But they just won't.
Here we go.
Go on, Caden.
Who is England's most capped male player? Again, I've got options.
Yeah.
It's Wayne Rooney, isn't it?
That is incorrect.
Who is it?
Who is England's most capped male player?
We
can discuss this.
Is it Seaman?
No, Shilton had more than Seaman.
Yeah.
Seaman's nowhere near it.
I mean, if you get this, you're going to...
We might as well have a go, right?
Yeah.
I think
I feel like it might be Shilton then.
it's either going to be Shilton. I think it's Shilton, isn't it? Not Shilton. Peter Shilton.
Yeah,
Peter Shilton.
Peter Shilton?
It's Peter Shilton.
That is correct. Yes.
Well, it don't matter. We could have got it anyway.
Annihilation.
That was an annihilation.
It was an annihilation.
After the octopus comment.
I just
was
said
an
Peter
annihilation.
Shilton. You could have killed us there. You know, we died early.
2-0.
It could be 2-0.
Honestly, I don't think I'll speak to.
What was the score? What was the score in that? Was that 6-1?
5-1.
It should have been 6-1 because I gave you Carlisle.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's all right.
Octopus has absolutely ruined it for us because we've lost a point.
There were some good questions in there.
Maybe a sore loser, John.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with those.
I think an octopus
Right.
can do the job.
We had good morale and team spirit before we started this, and I feel like it's kind of gone a bit by the wayside.
I can just see me and Jack smiling there. I don't feel it's going to happen for a while.
I just cannot believe out of all four, you've chosen an animal that lives in the
Rod
sea.
Stewart would have been worse.
been used
But
before.
look,
I'm going to send you
I don't want to.
Octopi.
I don't want to kind of add pressure to you guys, but you need to get off the mark here.
Yeah,
on
don't
this
worry
quiz.
about us. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Right, we're done. Thank you, Ash.
Yep, no problem.
Thanks,
Do you want to
Jack.
mention our email that people can write into?
Yes, if you would like to write in, if you've got any questions or any feedback, mainly positive feedback would be nice. Can you please email podcast@footballprizes.co.uk. If you want to help with writing a quiz or anything like that as well, you can do that. Or if
you also want to, if you're watching it on YouTube, pop a comment down below because we'll read the comments too. So,
and you might make it in next week's episode.
Yeah, any footballing opinions,
Yep.
anything you want us to answer, anything that could be a bit controversial, let us know because we'll do our best to answer them.
Let's have some nice controversial takes that we can discuss for next week.
That's good, yeah. And don't forget the DIAZ giveaway as well. Put DIAZ in the comments, and we're going to choose someone at random to win the DIAZ signed artwork.
Perfect.
Right, thanks everyone.
Wonderful.
See you all next week, guys.
Jack, have you got a goodbye?
Oh yeah,
it's
always a pleasure. Never a chore. When you leave, close the door.
Hey.
See you later, everyone. Thank you.